Sounds like it'd be just as easy
I
for them to
can.
start enforcing them.
Okay.
Meaning like personally have the police give them the letter.
Yeah,
And that way it's documented that they received it.
yeah. Speed up that process on some of those,
That's fine.
and then turn them over to where we just start taking care of the problems.
Yeah, and were we gonna say something to, Sean about trying to organize and keep track of,
Well,
or doing more on, for instance, just even the basics from the yard, I mean,
do we
the
have a
more that
list
we
of
talk
what
about,
he's
the
done
more I
in the
see
last couple
yards that are
months?
just like,
Yes, I can get that for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know
we
you
appreciate
talked to
it.
me about that,
Yeah.
yeah. I can get that.
I understand he's in the fields and he has another job, I get that, but he's, Judd's there.
Oh, yeah, he's coming.
I've made more board meetings than he has since I've been.
hi Ted, come on in. Here, this is up here,
It's just us.
we got room for you tonight.
Keg in it?
Yeah, it's under the table.
Don't worry, but YouTube knows you asked that now.
Good evening.
Maybe we'll get better attendance with meetings. Why did our attendance go up 50%? What?
Yeah, right.
Our alcohol budget went up 300%.
Okay.
You officially called it over.
8:32. Alright, we have all council present, and you wanna go through the items that you've got to start off with?
Sure.
You not doing your pledge?
What's that?
Not doing the pledge?
Oh, we can't, we got to. Unless Lisa wants to say.
No, I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just a reminder that it's all on camera, all recorded. Department head updates.
Play ball.
Yes.
One and done.
One done.
Yeah, I just had that newsletter Macy done. She just wanted to do something with some information on it. We advertise it in the paper, which costs $300. Thought maybe if we could do this.
For advertising?
Well, yeah, we do it once a month. Yeah,
300, oh.
for
So
one.
3,600 a year.
Yeah, so we thought we'd maybe try something a little different.
I
Maybe have them out there.
mean, take that and just email it out to everyone that's got an email with the
Yeah.
town. I mean,
Maybe put it in the office there and, yeah.
do we have to advertise it in the newspaper?
No, no.
That would say it was 36.
I mean, it is on the website, so technically it is offered to the public.
And then with the email, I mean, it's all basically at no cost to all of us to get it.
Is there a way to, if we decide we wanna do art topics, to put them in with the water bills?
It would cost about the same. It'd probably be more.
I got you.
Yeah,
How many the water bills and stuff are electronically set?
Oh. There's a, like, 800, 900 probably.
So,
I didn't
know you could do that.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's nice.
Just got two more.
Associated with
I
it.
know.
Already okay by email.
Have to sign up somehow.
Yeah.
But this could be just like a separate email, right? I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be emailed out at the same time as a
But,
water
but
bill.
we've already got those emails, so.
Yeah.
Right.
For
You
sure.
go to the town Fowler and go down and pay your bill and you can get set up with Invoice Cloud and you can get it just through email instead of a paper bill if you want.
But we could do that, the combination, even advertise it, even one of the next ones would be done is, hey, we're gonna go to this way.
Mhm.
Send in your email if you wanna get it separately from your water bill, if someone doesn't get it.
Yeah.
And that way, just make it happen, here you go.
Website, people can put it on their website if they wanna subscribe to it, or they just.
Yep.
Name an email.
That's a good
Go to the
idea.
website,
Do
click,
that.
do it that way.
If it didn't happen on Facebook, it didn't happen, so.
This is true.
Maybe next year we'll just get away from
Save
that
us a little bit of
altogether.
money,
Yeah.
that adds up.
But I mean, that's a couple of town events right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. So do you wanna,
Yeah, so, there's this, possible issue about who pays for the installation or the cost of installation of the extension of Second Street at Gulf Heights as you head west and go out into Briette's Field? That last lot, I think, is getting developed, and the part we're talking about is right here. And Sarah found the part that I was looking for. In 2023, they filed to vacate. Do you remember how they had a plat there and the lots were narrow and they had alleys and stuff on the north side of Second Street, and they wanted to kind of wipe it and reset the lots so that they knew where they were supposed to be building and not having a bunch of alleys in the way? Because there is an unusual amount of platting going on in there, but it still goes on back there, but they kind of cleaned that up, and that's literally what they were vacating was when they asked. So they originally asked to vacate that, and then Sarah showed me the ordinance that was done in response to that request, where I had them all listed, this segment and this segment and this segment, and that piece was struck out, so it was not vacated.
Yeah.
So what I remember, that doesn't answer the question who pays necessarily, but there was talk about why would we close that off if there was a chance that it could the town would extend out either into Briette's Field, or if these lots got developed, what would be their access? And I think the developer's name is
McCutcheon?
McCutcheon was saying that, well, we could just put in a gravel drive. And so he was talking about access to this lot, and was saying, well, we could just put in a gravel drive. And I don't think anybody thought that was a good idea in terms of just taking something else. You didn't have to give it up, and so you didn't. So it's a platted street. That's, I guess, the conclusion number one. That's a platted street. But so there's a tension here. A developer pays the costs of streets. They would argue that it was dedicated to the town, which means like a deed dedicated, a plat is dedicated. Usually you dedicate after you put in all the streets you're supposed to. And so I still don't think that answers the question.
Was that the access to the field that Randy was in here for?
Yes. Carly's were wanting to build on that, and they
Yeah.
went into.
Right.
I don't know why I thought it was on the south end.
So, yeah, they were talking
But
about
this
like
right
vacating it and using it for a building.
Yes.
That was part of a yard, because they were gonna put Carly's house here and have this part of the yard,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
We were gonna go the whole way across.
Because when they just came in and said, well, we're gonna do this, well, they said, you have a problem now, we have the street platted through there.
Right.
We're not vacating it.
Right.
And
So I say that the fact that it's platted doesn't really answer that there's still a conflict, because the ordinance says the developer puts in streets.
yeah,
Puts in streets.
But I guess my experience is the streets go in, then it's dedicated to the town. And here we've got a dedication without a street. In Pine Village, there was a developer that wanted to put in 6 lots in town. And he was going to deed the surveyed description of the roads to these 6 lots to the town. And the town was then going to be responsible for paving. I was at the meeting for another reason, and I said, you guys don't have authority to do that. I mean, it's Warren County's Plan Commission, and you don't have any authority to do anything like that. And you need to check with the zoning director before you do that. That's a big giveaway. That's $50,000 that's not in your budget of about $30,000. That's just not there. And so the developer went and talked to their zoning director of Warren County and decided not to do it. But I think he was just fishing for whether they would do it or not. So I was just like, that's kind of a big deal. It's, the asphalt, you know, and then he sells the lots and the developer keeps the high cost of the lots. And it doesn't, the town didn't get paid back, so.
Of that extension, if they're going to add, what are our utility commitments to that? Is there much, I guess? I don't know.
So I would say, if they extended the street, you definitely have to butt up your utilities to the street.
Right, so there's probably, I don't know where the nearest hydrant is.
I would guess that it probably
I think it
ends,
is.
right at that turn, and nobody extended it on, but I'm sure it's something that's easy enough to do.
Right.
But so laterals are the developers or the landlords, landowners' problem, and the mains are ours in the streets.
So is there a precedent for how this is normally paid for?
I didn't research any case law, but I think your position is developer puts in streets. I mean, and then he can sell the lot and recoup his money. That's how that works. I mean, so,
Makes
know,
sense.
you don't put in trashy streets. You want to maximize the value of the lots adjacent to the street, and so.
I assume they still have to be put into our standards even.
I agree that it should be. So in the subdivision control ordinance, there's literally a whole section on what the streets have to be, and you've got to match what we do, and there's like a diagram of a cross section, and it talks about how much base and how much asphalt has to top it off,
So they can
and the slope of the surface and things like that. That's all in there, which is kind of, in my opinion, further support that that's somebody else's issue. Because we don't need that spelled out for us, we know what streets are
Right.
supposed to look like.
Mhm.
But I mean, so you got a bunch of streets ripped up in town. Now's the time for them, in my opinion, to reach out and maybe get hooked up with somebody that's got the equipment in town to drop it in. It's probably gonna be cheaper if you've got hot mix in town and they're already here.
Thing.
Yeah, time to do it.
So, did this come up because of Brad? Was Brad the one? So, do you want me to ask Brad to like maybe meet with the developer and see? I'm trying to figure out a way to get this off of center the way we've got it now, or invite him to your next meeting, or I don't know.
I'd say start with Brad. I mean, if he's already got a relationship with him, I know he's talked to him several times.
But is it Wade McCutcheon? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Wait.
Was it Harvest Homes? Is that it?
That was the original, but didn't they get?
Original builders.
Original builders,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I thought original builder sold it off.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I could be wrong, but I think they sold it off to somebody else.
His wife Chrissy is the one that owned the boutique that was uptown on the main drag.
His
and now
daughter-
works at
their
Walmart
daughter
Soil
ran it.
and, yeah.
So is Wade her son?
Yes.
Yes.
Chrissy is Wade's mom.
Yes. Oh, sorry. I was getting the husband and the son and stuff, but yes.
And I can't think of the husband's name, but he's out there. They live in Gulf Heights too.
What house?
I thought they sold their house and moved.
Oh,
They
did
did.
they? Well, maybe.
But I think they were coming back. Yeah, they used to live out of Gulf Heights and then they moved to Warren County, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I had no idea. So, okay, that's all I had. If you guys don't have anything for me, I'll scoot. Otherwise, I'll
Do we
sit
need to
tight.
get, updates on the, people that live across from Pat Claire?
Did you
Chickens.
send that letter to Judy about her chicken?
No, I will.
Okay.
In fact, I
Well-
was thinking about cranking out before I came in tonight, but I had one other fire, so.
She called and asked about fencing today.
Fencing,
So.
Should she want free range?
She wanted to keep her chickens.
well, that's gonna be a so,
So
just so you.
has received a letter?
So,
Has she?
how we left it, I didn't look at the front of my file from our BZA hearing, but I wrote down, I think I said, and I don't have, her application was denied, that's important to know. And so, that instantly became a violation, and I think I said you have 15 days to get those chickens relocated. And I didn't put anything in writing, and I'm not your code enforcement officer, but she's in violation, and I think that's what started her whole variance situation, was she was in violation. And so I was gonna send her, start the formal process of, you send a notice of violation letter and give them a short period of time. I was gonna give 15 days, but in writing this time, and calendar reminder to send somebody out, or me, to see whether she complied in 15 days, and if not, then you give them the citation letter that assigns a $250 fine now, and gives them an additional period of time, like 15 days, to get rid of the chickens, and then you file the ordinance violation, or the town goes in and takes the chickens and moves them to a shelter, or whatever you do with chickens, I don't.
Not at
Is there a chicken emergency shelter?
So, yeah.
KFC.
It's
It's all one of
a,
the farms out here,
I'm
yeah.
sure we could put it on Facebook for, what do you call it, like the support
temporary housing.
animals?
Well, I mean, as I'm positive that I don't even know that you're obligated to store them someplace for her. That would be a housing cost that you're
that was her-
equipped to do.
That's why she was given the 15 days to find
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, so, contact a farmer, or, I don't know. You got one thing going differently than past, OBs with her, and that is now we file liens and collect them like property taxes. So she can, or anybody can be, as evasive as they wanna be, but if they own a home, it's a problem. So,
She may have a couple others.
yeah, so
So we had
that's,
talked about her coming to this next meeting, which would be this Monday, so it's too late for her to tell her that then, right? Because she doesn't have the letter. You were gonna ask her to come to this. the
I'm
next
gonna
meeting.
email her the letter, so I mean, she and I emailed.
So can we still request her to come to this
Could I ask?
Monday's meeting?
To get rid of these chickens, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
I-
she's
I would
gonna
go ahead
receive
and
something
put the
very
letter,
formal.
yeah.
And then, did you want me to send a letter to the other?
So the property across from the Ball Diamonds.
The Blue House.
I saw, I walked
So
past
there's
that.
two different, are there two
There's
different
two
parts?
That's just one big lot.
Is it?
Oh, I
Uh-huh.
thought one of them was business.
It is?
Are you sure?
No, that was the one on the south side of the alley that used to have the the tape rental store.
rental.
Yeah, but isn't that where all the problems are?
That's
It's-
what I thought.
It's
That's
all,
it.
the map is based on that pastel colored one over there, and if you look, it's yellow where that site is. I pulled my map out and looked,
So there's a little section of green. Oh, yeah.
but they're both residential.
So, doesn't matter.
One is residential green space and one is residential, so I mean, so they have to comply with, and I told you this, it doesn't matter if you're commercial, you still can't have a crappy looking property.
Mhm.
So
Right.
that has, I
Yeah.
guarantee you there are animals on that, I walked past that place and it's
Yeah,
almost like a
I've been
nature
walking by
preserve.
too,
There's a
just
little
trying to see if
at least on
anything's
this map.
changed and it's bad.
There's a little swath of GB, so not that that matters.
Has Sean, have they been, besides the chicken ordeal, have they been notified of just cleaning it up in general by
Yeah.
Sean?
Oh, yes.
We sent
Waters were
Gerson
out there.
the letter,
It did go out then,
Oh, we
okay.
are going to send them a letter now that you should be fine.
still under
the same.
Because
Isn't that
I
green
was
space? What is that?
questioning,
Or is
I
that
thought it
blue?
was, I thought it was
Oh, that
business.
is blue.
I thought there was an issue
It's
with
just a weird-
business.
Okay.
part of
Okay.
that.
So, but I mean, when you say that.
But if he says
tree-
it's residential, then
yeah, I
I'm
don't-
But even if it was a
It still has to be
wood
business.
business,
Doesn't
can't
matter.
can't.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and send that letter
So
out.
the business is
Okay.
a
First
second
thing
letter.
tomorrow.
I'd say how
Cause I
many
was thinking
lawyers
that
go
whole
out there
area
and
was
talk
the
to
same thing, I thought the chicken,
Yeah,
I
I've been
thought
out
that
there too,
location
three
of chickens was
times.
all the same, but it's
On
not.
Judy or
No.
Sirius.
No, the other
Okay.
people.
Judy
So-
was across.
Cause
Yeah,
I
it
was
doesn't
walking by, I
It
saw
doesn't-
that.
Yeah.
Still have to
Back
meet
when
him going
I
out
was-
there.
that's-
No.
He
That's a
retired.
big
Judy
question.
was
He
across
was
the
out there at
street
least
from
3 times that I know
Packville.
of.
Yeah,
Right, but she's got those two like tabbies that are kind of
yeah,
torn
that's
up.
what I'm talking
So-
about, that mess,
Okay,
yes.
we are talking about the bluish gray house.
The corner
The-
of Second and Grand.
Used to have
It's
the
right
big-
across from the ballpark.
So one from.
Right across, exactly, in the middle of
Like the corner
Corner
of
from
Grant
Grant.
and
Yes,
Second.
I remember walking over there and there were, okay,
Yeah,
Big cut chunks of
Yes.
trunk.
wood, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like,
Yes.
they took down a tall tree and left it in like 6 foot or 5 foot sections.
okay,
So I'll send a letter to Garrettson saying that he's gonna be cited.
So,
yes.
so that is, I think that's how I got involved in this. So it needs to go to Sandy Fur as well, she's the
Yeah.
owner of the property.
Well, that's the thing, that's why we had to wait for the citation for the fees because we didn't send one to Sandy.
Right.
So
Correct.
we did send one already, so now
Okay.
it's time to.
So how does that work on a rental then? Is it ultimately the person renting, or is it
Every-
the owner, is
So
it the?
everybody with a property interest gets notified, and the lien, once you don't pay your bill, or your fines, and you get lien, the owner does. And if
Okay,
the contract purchaser is obligated to pay real estate taxes, and most are,
yeah,
that's their problem,
mhm,
you know, but it's just, I'm sure
Okay.
their contract doesn't say real estate taxes imposed only, not things collected
I
like
can
real
just
estate
see a
taxes.
lot of renters saying, well, that's not my responsibility, I'm not paying that, and
Well, and that's
But-
between them and the property.
Yeah,
owner.
that's,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was
Somebody
gonna say,
says-
the town's ordinances don't make those fine distinctions. It's everybody who touches that property with an interest is obligated.
They can
to
go
do
after the
something with
renter
it.
civil if they want.
Mhm, yeah, that's,
between them.
yeah,
So when we send a letter, do we just send it to both of them, Garrison and Ferd,
mhm,
and send them to?
Yes.
Okay.
So we talked about it, the continuous abatement. If we switch that to personal service and they're given one abatement of the same type prior, how do we speed up the process, B, make it where it's personally delivered and.
you
we
asked
can
me
stay
about that, and
continued?
I pulled that ordinance, and I pulled the copies of the state code, and,
That's fine,
and I'm like 10 minutes from it, give
You're
me
fine,
tomorrow
no,
and I'll
it's-
shoot you an email.
it's just one of those things, it's something we can look at this fall to
I
get ready for.
I was gonna get you
So,
something for
that's
your
fine.
Monday meeting, because I was gonna be
Okay.
here, because if you can read, I was gonna look at what the state, I think the state says 6 inches is the lowest you can go, or the lowest you can go before you can trigger your tall grass ordinance.
Right,
And I was gonna make sure, I think that's where you're at, is
Yeah,
6 inches.
It is.
And, I was gonna see if there was any minimum notice requirement in terms of time period,
Right.
because if you do personal service, it could be instantaneous, and the thing about grass is, I mean, can't have 10 days to make it look crappy.
and that's where I think that's where we're getting complaints, people don't understand there's a process. And we're trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, and maybe if we don't give the benefit of the doubt to these people that are habitual offenders, then maybe it will kick some others
Well,
into.
go to the personal service, then
Yeah,
it's a lot quicker. Sarah can have it, it can be served tomorrow.
Yeah,
right,
It's,
yeah.
there's no waiting.
I mean, we obviously know, we've kind of narrowed it down to those people that are gonna have those issues. I mean,
and there's
people
some that are
complain,
obvious, I mean,
I've said, if somebody has an issue mowing their yard, they just need to come and talk to the town, or let us know, until it's too late, cause then it's too late. We're gonna do it.
There are people in town who mow for a living and do it a lot cheaper than what the town charges. And It
Yeah.
may be worth having a list of like I know Mike Hardebeck has,
There you go.
he's got like 60 properties that he keeps track of. It may be worth having a list of people that, if your mower's broke for a month, then maybe you wanna talk to this guy who's in
better
the
pay
biz.
$20 a
I
week
got a
then.
17-year-old that's green.
There you go. But I think we're narrowing it down to those individuals and properties that we're just gonna have to continue.
Well, if that's the case, we're gonna do personal service, just make it personal service on all of them. It's standardized, there's no question, this is how it gets done.
If you've
this is
got a
how
code
everyone is
enforcement
done.
officer, that's the easy way, just to keep things flying in terms of getting your tall grass notices out.
We'll have 5 police officers too. So they can deliver it on
But I
camera.
mean, so the problem, I send certified letters all the time for a bunch of different towns, and I mean, no joke, I would say 15 to 30 days to get some kind of, if you go on their website and look to see what's happened to it, it'll stay parked in a facility for days,
Right.
in Indianapolis or something, a sorter.
Oh, yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's shocking for what they charge.
So yeah, whatever.
It's like $10 a pop. That's another thing, why
That's-
personal service, if you served 10 notices in a week, you just saved $100.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and I
sped up
hate
the
to spend money
process.
on that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
not only that, but it gets these guys on these properties for a reason.
Yeah.
There's other things that can become of that.
so, and that jives with, I don't know, and this probably isn't the time for it, but think about this. You've got in your nuisance ordinance, there's it's called abandoned property section. And what it's talking about is a vacated property, and you've got to have somebody designated to be your property manager that's available 24/7, and you've got to apply and register, which is what I was just getting ready to do with the Uptown Bar and Pino's guys, because it was exactly like what that ordinance was for. If you are, far away or a foreign owner, meaning, you know, out of state or not nearby, you have to have somebody who lives like within 45 or 50 miles, I can't remember what the scene is, with it, of that building designated as your go-to person. And we get access, 24/7 access by cell phone or, yeah. And so, if you have any of those properties that you're mowing, they need to be registered as vacant or abandoned properties. And abandoned is a generic, I don't mean that in the sense that they don't intend to come back. Meaning it's, it's
Just
not,
somebody's not
yeah,
checking on
it's
it,
not,
looking.
it's not
So-
maintained and.
So if there's an abandoned property that we mow and they don't have a manager, what's the next step for that?
So I've got that letter, I already did one of those letters to the people with the Uptown Bar
Okay,
about this is a violation, and you need to apply. It's $100 a day violation or something like that, it's kind of stiff, but it's designed to get those people to start paying attention to their properties in town.
Do we send that letter to the Green Home Area?
That fits the criteria.
well, we
I
have,
guarantee they don't have anybody here that's
No,
contact.
well, we have property there by
That's right.
Subway. We've been
Mhm.
on it for years.
Is that guy ever there? I go
No,
by
he
there all
lives
the
out
time.
of state.
He said he always pays his
Lives in
fine.
Vegas.
Yeah, he'll pay him. Yeah, you know him, right?
And I guess that's probably a good idea, I agree with that, when we send that letter, here
Here's this
are five, here's the ordinance, and here are 5 mowing contractors that we are aware of in the town, and ask them to be, maybe we could put a thing on Facebook if you're interested in being on a list of mowing
Yeah, I'd
contractors.
ask for.
That way you can say you asked, so
Mhm.
we're not showing favoritism, so.
Yeah, I was getting calls from people about Madison cottages and not paying bills. You guys had any experience like that?
not paying, like as in utilities or
Not
what else?
paying for things that they purchase on credit, or
They would have-
services rendered
They were
by
having problems.
mowers, so I don't, that may be calming down. I think they switched management companies again,
They
but
did.
I was just curious if the town had anything going on with that, because I got a couple of clients that are dealing with stuff.
No, no, they've been paying, but they were having problems and they did switch.
Should we start sending a copy of that property manager ordinance with all those grass and all that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's out there, they've been served with it, and that way it's quicker.
Just so you know, you're deemed to know what the town's ordinances are. And as long as we can show that we advertised it the way it was supposed to be advertised, and that's something we personally follow up on. And I always keep copies of the things that if I advertise it, I try to keep my proof of publication. If you advertise it and I see it in the vendor review, I clip it out and note it.
Yeah.
So I keep track of that stuff, just because it's real easy to have it all in one place.
Yeah.
Can't oversend it.
Whereas, you know, what was that, Garrett? And you're gonna do Garrettson and Fur.
Yes.
I've been getting a lot of phone calls about the property by the courthouse.
On Green.
Oh, with all the stuff in the yard,
And sick.
it is bad.
Well, let's just send them a letter.
But then where do you draw the line on like personal preference, like, you know,
Oh, theirs is not perfect.
I know it's an eyesore, but that's not
It
something,
used to be
they, just like when you
Jacobs or
buy and sell a house, they say it's
the one
it's
in
their
the
own,
corner, right across from Bagley.
Yeah, you can't
Style.
make people live a
you
certain.
know, you can't,
Okay.
Yeah.
it's not
But
illegal
you
to
can
have
get all
things in their
kinds of-
yard, it's not like we can say
Right,
you have,
straight.
you
But that-
can't
that
have a
falls
maximum of
No,
100
the
things
house.
in your yard,
The
the
way
way
your
it's
Mow
not.
your yard and get rid of the big pile of trees.
So
I
like
think
Main
most people will
Street
be
is
okay.
here,
Or the 6 bags of
the
trash.
Bailey's is there,
Next to
and
the
then
house.
across
Yeah.
the street this way is a White
Is that on
House.
Grant or?
A bunch
Okay.
of stuff in the yard,
Yeah.
whatever, but,
Yeah,
I mean.
and at the corner of the courthouse,
Yeah.
I mean, it's as busy an intersection as you're gonna find on
Yeah.
Grant.
Yes.
And we can say it's not appealing, but is it against the law?
There's, you know,
And they say, well, we think it's fine.
Right.
they've got a child that gets unusually close to the street and between the cars, and I think he always stops when he gets between the cars. scares the hell out of you when you're driving, cause all you see is a flash of like his chest or a diaper or something. You just see all of a sudden he was there and then he's gone. It's like, so I mean, you just start crawling along.
There's one on Madison too, it's terrible,
Yeah.
they're like 5 or 6 kids out there
Scary.
on the street.
Yeah, but usually, I will say, usually there's a parent sitting right there on the steps.
Well, that's good, cause that'd
I
be a
don't-
different story than if,
Yeah, I mean, they'll be able to run right out and recover the body when the kid gets hit here.
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
not close enough to grab the kid.
Yeah, no.
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 So, I'll bring your tall grass, and, see how it can be tuned up, for Monday.
Okay.
I saw that
Can we
the-
also then, like, with the tall grass, making it look presentable, when we were talking about the rule on making your yard not look
I mean, that's-
jumped up.
Does it count like all the like saplings? So like maybe the grass is mowed, but there's
1 foot,
trees
yeah.
grown up
We
like
do
right up by
vegetation,
the.
wouldn't it?
So like,
Yes.
the,
like you can't have
Fourth-
500 pieces of toys out there and,
on Fourth Street, it's not Polk, and it's not Jackson, it's whatever's in between. There's a house that they mow infrequently and blow it out on the street.
It's pulp.
And there's a million things grown up. I'm sure their foundation is just crumbled.
Yeah.
But can you control that? Yeah, that's tall grass.
yeah.
Your ordinances covers that if you wanted to get into that.
Okay.
And they're blown in the street, that's another thing, but, cause
But we do have
noticed,
ordinance about
I
being
noticed that
presentable.
at Jackson and Fourth, that flooded, and during the big rain, there was a lake out there because that manhole was full of crap.
We
and
did
that's
some
how it
letters.
fills. Mhm.
For the
I was like, well, that was
grass
perfectly
and the
predictable.
room.
I got that office chair sitting out there on Fourth Street, which I'm going to grab tomorrow and put in my trash, but.
There was a guy walking when I was headed down Fourth the other day that put it up on the curb, out of the street, and last night it was right back there in the street.
Yeah, I'll get it. I get that. I drive by that every day and I just,
Someone left a chair up there?
yeah. I got room in my trash can.
I
and
think
go there.
a lot of times it's newer people that don't realize this isn't Lafayette. We don't take junk every week. It's once a
And
year.
maybe that's
you know.
something worthwhile when somebody signs up for a new utility service. To give
Here's the
them
common
a
ordinance.
copy of the things that we have issues with.
That nuisance ordinance, just, I mean,
Just
it's
so
like
you
30
know.
pages,
You
but
know.
that's, if you learn that, if you read that once, you're way ahead of most people in town.
Well, that's like that house on Grant Street. I mean, it's just a smaller version of Garrett's. I mean, that's all it is. There's grills, there's trash.
Is that something, I know Sean is paying attention to the grass height, but I mean, is he also making contact and talking to these people that have unpresentable yards?
Last time I talked to him, he had planned on going and doing a stop by their house to try to convey, hey, you know.
Did you see Mr. Ryder's tree was down?
Mhm.
And did you see the width of that?
That thing was huge.
My God. I mean, that's
I
like
could have laid across it and I touched each end.
yeah, I am
Wow.
positive
Yeah,
that's
it was bigger
all
than I
6
thought.
feet across.
Yeah.
That was humongous.
I did not realize.
Yeah, I
that.
did not
That
appreciate it was that big. And now I can see the issue of,
Yeah.
when I was hearing
The
thousands of
quote he was
dollars, I was like,
getting.
oh my God, what the hell are we talking about here? But it must be really high, and I don't know how high it was, but it was really wide, I know that. A lot of
Well,
wood
glad
there.
it's down,
Yeah, yeah, he's working on it.
So as long as he's making progress.
that's good. Well, if Stan can do it, anybody can do it.
Okay, I'll try and reach out before Monday to the McCutcheons and see if we can come to a consensus on that.
Okay.
I'd love that not to be your problem.
Especially this
Yes,
time of year.
agree.
Yeah.
I mean, God, if you could get into your contractors while they're here, I mean, that's how I had a driveway done once, and it was like half price just because they were in town.
Oh,
And
dang, no kidding.
If they're not in a hurry, I don't know if that's something you can put in community crossings as an improvement.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If they're not in a hurry, I guess.
I assume they would rather sooner than later, so they turn it on.
just bog you down with that.
Thank you.
No,
I'll see
good
you Monday.
stuff. Thank you.
if you guys want to motion for the open position.
Oh, we might as well go ahead and make Clayton and then
Okay, yes, yeah, all that.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to, promote for Clayton to the superintendent for Waterhead.
I'll second that.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, go ahead and make a motion to post the open position.
I second that.
Motion to open the second position for advertisement, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Let's talk like a pirate day.
September 19th.
You missed
You
it.
missed it. It's Nick's birthday.
Oh.
Lawrence, I can remember it.
We can make our own, we can have our own resolution, have our own topic.
Well, let's look at that.
Everybody said "Arr."
Oh, I get it. I get it. Okay. Oh. I'll let you see that real quick. I'm gonna turn that in. I didn't get an email. I don't know if Linda might have got it since she was council president. But
Oh, the
it's
opioid
the
grant.
pharma
Okay.
Sackler's opioid settlement that,
Yeah.
Didn't we get like $200 for that?
it doesn't say specifically how much that is. We don't have a lot of money in there, but, I will send this in and then we'll get some type of funding from it.
Didn't the county kick something out like that?
There was a big one a couple years ago.
It was 3 or 5 year payout on it.
Yeah.
And then one of them, we received, we had to pay back to the county. But, we're not, I never know, maybe, well, it says, that's what I have on there. $8,000 altogether. And then I don't know what that'll be, but I'm gonna email that when I get done.
Cool. Glad you go again.
Well, we can get
Definitely over the salary ordinance.
Sure.
How's the new park idea?
Good.
Yeah.
We've had some people come around.
Oh, that's good.
Do it looked good when we were down there.
Crop circles are looking a lot better.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they look good, I looked at them. Thursday, we had that comprehensive plan. And then, and it was a good turnout. We got it.
Nice.
There was a lot, there was some input, good, you know, and some comments and concerns.
Yeah, that was the same night that I had that CURPSI meeting. And so when I was leaving, Kim knew there was a bunch of extra hot dogs, but when I told her there was a meeting, I think she thought I was coming up here. She was like, "Oh, we'll take everybody some hot dogs," and I said, "No, I would do like 20 of them." And I said, "I'm not. It's not. I think she thought it was like I was just bringing them to you guys." So I was like, "No."
We did, well, I think we had like 5 left, but there was like a 35.
Okay. Yeah, she was concerned there was going to be a lot of extra.
Yeah, we were, but yeah.
Good.
No, that's
Your
gonna be your,
COVID enforcement
That's
is
your-
$11,000 a month.
It's paid, it's paid out monthly.
Yeah,
yeah.
and the building commissioner.
I saw that,
Oh,
I
either.
saw that,
None
I
of
need
them.
to
Yeah.
reword that, but it's paid out monthly.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all the other ones,
16,000.
I saw that and I was like.
That's what I was like.
That's one heck of a
Yeah.
increase.
Building commissioner and code enforcement.
Okay, so that's annual, cause I've been put per hour or per month, but I've got per.
Okay.
I don't know if you wanna put some ranges on these, cause I don't have ranges on some of these.
So we fixed that last year.
And this is just for everything, I don't have to,
What's that? Oh, yeah, when do we have to
You guys want to
finalize?
see this?
I added, I
Second
added
class.
money in the budget.
Ideally,
We got it anyway. No.
before December.
So how's it generally work with salaries, does each department ask?
Typically,
Sometimes,
yeah, I
but
mean,
you guys just usually,
in the past several years, we've sat down and kind of haggle back and forth on the percentage, years previous, the stipend, so it's a great platform. Nice, we have that. Combinations back and forth. Percentage plus the stipend.
The only thing we gotta really worry about, like with hers, so say that she decides she's not gonna run again, and we're gonna run her out of town. Whoever comes in starts out at what she was left at, but we can't touch yours, right?
yeah,
Because you're elected, but we started throwing a bunch of different salary ranges,
yeah.
so that if we did have somebody else, we had that flexibility where we could drop back down.
We had to have a lot of discussions about that last year at this time because of some issues going on. And ended up having to have the ranges, plus gave everybody raises.
So I thought we always did the finalized it in like, what, December?
Yeah.
The first meeting in December. These people get catty. Finding out what they're getting, oh, it's brutal.
So is that one of the things we're going to be having a work session to go through that stuff? Just as soon as it's not done.
No.
I think we've done work sessions.
Well, we make the vote on it. We can't have sessions.
Yeah, but I think it has. Yeah, I can look into that,
Now,
I'm pretty sure. What?
break down the requirements. We can have a work session, it still has to be recorded, so.
It's limited on money.
Right. I think what would speed that process up is if we do look at this. And I think we'll have good bad ideas, or what are bad ideas, but come up with general numbers and some of Sarah, she can make sure it looks like the budget comes on, because that's usually what it's dragging that out is.
Have they historically given everyone, the general has historically given everyone the same raise?
Yeah. I think the only differences are like the part-time people instead of they gave them a raise, but less of the stipend if they gave a stipend comes there.
Yeah, if you get a stipend, we'll try to get some more, or, less.
So, and the big thing about too, the retirement change from work. Expansion. That's about it. So, what we pay, this one's plus
11.2.
Sorry.
11.2, and 3% for, my choice. Hybrid's 11.2, which most everybody has, but there's all 3 employees that have my choice, which is 3%.
And what percentage do they pay? Yeah.
But
Both of us 3%. We pay 3 on choice,
they pay 3, and then hybrid,
they pay
they pay
3.
no. Hybrid, the employees pay 3. The town pays 2.
And really the knowing more now, I think any of the budget lines like the wastewater and water, I mean, those increases while we have to advertise them still don't come out of our
No,
general budget, they come out of our
yeah,
revenues.
water and
so-
waste isn't budgeted.
So that's, some of those are definitely savings out of the general budget, so.
Yeah, and some of them are like, mine's 25% out of
I know
water.
we assigned one of the police officers to guard the wastewater,
Right?
so. Other those, what is tax district, they make just a
TIF.
Yeah, TIF district. So, I mean, the nice thing is no insurance increase,
Yeah,
and that's big,
yeah, that's good.
cause that's one of the biggest things we bought in
Yeah, that was the big one
the
last
past
year.
several years, so. Was there any changes on the holiday stuff that we need to do?
I mean, that's up to you, let's see.
I mean, I don't know if we've had any major issues,
I don't know, let me look at that real quick, because I do have a question.
I can't remember what the questions that came up in the past that we, I mean, none of them are typically big deals, so.
We don't have that on here.
Well, when they change the ordinance here on police too, if they're looking 12, so.
Yeah. They aren't at the moment, since,
That's when they get behind.
Yeah.
They will next year.
I don't have the election on here. That was always a question.
Yes, you're working.
It said you would get the election off if it's county, town, or state, or nation.
Presidential election.
Yeah,
That's not on there.
but the question was, it's because it's only, every 2 years, so that, I mean, it's not an every year thing,
Yeah,
and everybody was always confused on that.
On the jury duty thing, we have to, it says that may request up to 1 week of paid jury duty leave over a 2-year period. I mean, if jury takes forever, we can't really hold it against them, right? I don't know if that's something, that might be a reflection from this, from the handbook thing, I don't know. I mean, if they get called for jury duty and it takes,
What it takes.
yeah.
It says if employees are required to serve jury duty beyond the period of paid jury duty leave, they must use any available vacation benefits or paid time off.
Yeah,
However, not required to do so.
okay. I mean, not that it happens, but
Yeah.
one time. Yeah. I saw the mobile device and I thought maybe we had to buy hover rounds for people.
By what?
Hover rounds.
Yeah.
Business.
on our Everside Wellness Clinic,
Mm-hmm.
which is now the marathon, if there is a company that wants to get information on that, cause technically it's not a town employee, it's a company, do they go to them directly to get connected?
As far as another business, that's what,
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
it's, okay.
I'd say if everyone wants to run figures or do ideas and then we can try to get it done early November. If we have it done.
You guys have any suggestions or changes or anything that's being on your section?
Well, I'm gonna be the jerk and bring it up again. I still think that we need to get phones for the police department. I don't think their personal phones should be,
Need to get what, I'm sorry?
need to get cell phones for them,
Oh, cell
just for
phones.
business use,
Do they don't
because
have them?
No, we
we
decided.
give them, we give them 42.
I think Landon has.
Landon has one, yes.
Yeah,
But the other guys, I think it's the same thing.
there's too much risk. I mean, look at the liability if they get subpoenaed for something and it's on their personal phone. What else are they gonna do?
They're gonna get their personal phone regardless, but I still don't disagree with that.
I don't have
Yeah,
an
you
issue
can't
with
really
it.
scope that into it, can you? I mean,
Happens all the time.
Do you,
really.
do
You
you,
make a
I was trying
work
to-
phone call at work, or first phone call at work.
Yeah.
They're gonna get it. Hey, have you ever used your phone for work? Yeah.
No, I use just that stupid little iPhone for work stuff. Just cause.
No, I got no issue with getting phones either way, but yeah.
so do you require them to do it?
Well, that's what we had kinda came into
I
loggerheads last year.
require it, but, I don't see, if, offer it, if they want it, take it, great, if they don't, that's on them. If they wanna take it, get rid of their personal, I forgot the way to do that, they ain't gonna change the cost.
A lot of teachers changed our contract with how we use stuff. Like people could used to use like their personal laptop and get on and check their work email. You can't do that anymore. Nothing. They're clamping down on a bunch of stuff this year.
Yeah, I get no issue with
On,
it.
page 9, we need to change the Everside to Marathon since they changed their name. I think that's a big deal.
To what?
Marathon, change the name.
Oh, they haven't changed their signs or anything.
There's signs on the,
Changed, but they-
there's signs on the inside. I was just
Is
there
there?
last week, yeah. YouTube up? And I know their, the emails that they send out and the confirmations all say Marathon now.
Is it okay?
I don't know how the employees feel. I would like to see us write a letter and see if they would extend the clinic hours a little bit.
I think they've tried.
That's all set by their bosses.
I know the commissioners are working on at least getting a minor change in hours. I think that would help because they're so full now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if everybody would agree to writing a letter, an official letter instead of just asking, so, yeah. That way it's documented, that, hey,
Mm-hmm.
we want your service, we wanna use your service, can you make it a little more user friendly, so. Instead of just the 3 days a week, so.
Cause I wanna say, are they in other places or other towns the other 2 days? Is
I
that
think
it?
occasionally they fill in like Westside and wherever I can, wherever they go east.
There's west side, there's Crawford,
Yeah.
there's.
I wonder if it's a case if they had more business, then they would be required to do more.
I
It
think
has to
they
do
met,
with
I think
that.
they met, like bringing us on,
Mhm.
I think they surpassed what their expectations were just with the school and the county, and so now that they've added, I think Cultures goes there, that they offer it, and so.
I wonder if that's something else too, cause we've kind of talked about how not everybody knows like how many services we have. You know, and how do we get the word out there to like even, because when I talk to them, you can even be an individual and pay a monthly fee to go there.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of people, I don't think, that live here that know that.
I mean, are they in our business? Our business drawing? I mean, that would be a good
Yeah,
spotlight.
and like
really.
business, I remember I just talked to Kathleen about this last week, and he's like, I didn't know that I could
Yeah,
pay for that for my employees as a benefit, and so I'm just wondering if there's, you know,
They don't advertise a lot.
yeah, so. Cause I know we talked about like in general too, like trying to make like a welcome packet, you know, maybe we need to make something for all get together and make something even for businesses as a reminder, you know, not even just a welcome packet, but hey, this is everything that's offered as a community.
if we make a packet, it'd
You
be
know,
kind
or
of-
even kind of like the, you know, our newsletters,
Yeah,
you know,
we can highlight that.
you know, I would be willing to personally walk around and hand them out to the businesses and You know, maybe put some in the mail too, but maybe just need to hand some stuff out and,
If we do I don't know if we could do it, if we do a business directory, use in-town businesses, could we mirror that on the website? And somebody has to maintain it every so often.
I mean, how many times have we talked about how there's other businesses in town, we don't really know what to do, you know, like our game and grub thing,
Yeah.
you know? Lots of little things. And then like the new people that move into town, they don't necessarily sign up right away, or if they're not used to going to a town, you know, they live in a city and they don't go to a town hall, like they don't know they can go to these places to find out
We can
all
add,
this stuff.
we can add a flyer like the newsletter, but have different things on there for when there's new customers, new residents that sign up for water.
Yeah,
'Cause we do
maybe
put
do a
stuff in
little
there, but-
something special,
Yeah.
you know,
do
for
that.
the people that don't always read text messages and emails, and just to let them know, hey, you can sign up for, you know, this phone number and get a text message when it's bad weather. You know, it's all, you know, there's so many things, services that are offered, including that.
Not my choice.
I have limbs to burn, thank you.
I don't make that decision.
I did do it, and Sunday I
I
was
just,
like,
I
maybe I
do all
should
the
do
paper,
that.
I do all the paperwork.
I missed out, I have to wait.
Okay.
We were sacrificing. I know a couple of limbs burned.
On
What's
the
next?
handbook was,
Yeah, I mean, just, yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys looked over anything, I wanted to,
I skimmed through that one you sent.
yeah,
Oh, hey, where are we at with electrical and all that? Never have
we just tabled it, so,
I think it was like, I don't know, if it
What's
came to
that?
the cost thing. Honestly, don't
heard.
remember.
The policies for.
I think it was the cost.
Yeah, it was the cost. The last time we brought it up was the cost. It was very expensive.
How much was it?
to start,
It's about, his initial was 6,000 and it's gonna.
Which surprised me.
Basically $1,000 a police officer,
Yeah.
so.
So what we're gonna do instead, we gotta have something, right? Policies can't continue to stay outdated.
No, and Lee's gonna be, he knows about the price. I knew it was expensive, so he is working on updating things.
I mean, 6,000 is cheap in the long run if you get sued over something.
But 6,000 a year?
Yeah, it drops a little bit after the first year,
Yeah.
cause you have to pay the initial
yeah,
processing and all that, and then it drops to 1,000.
I don't know, to me, it's too expensive.
but it also helps regulate new changes, cause they automatically update
They have
Updated.
attorneys that will say, here,
Yeah.
this policy needs updated because this law changed, or you
Yes.
need to be doing this different because of this.
so you don't miss anything.
You're paying for a lot of their attorneys too, with that 6,000.
I mean, I'm not completely against it at all, I think what we pay them, all of our other legal fees, it's not a terrible thing if it's worthwhile, I guess. You know, that's what.
I know, I guess we just need to come up with, is it worthwhile to,
Well, are there other
Not
services
necessary.
like that?
That's about the best one out there, I think, probably.
There's a few others, but they're all, I think, from what I've gathered, they're all pretty close to price. You may save a little bit, but I think we'll save a ton.
I think, on the manpower side, since we're short, I mean, I don't, it may be is it worth the headache and the time invested? Would it save time? Maybe, I mean, that might be.
For them to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe, that might be a selling point also, though, I mean,
Well,
time and processing.
if policies haven't been updated since before Rice left, then they're already way behind. You know, I promise you, there's changes that have come, but those policies have not been reflected in policies. I mean, just
Okay,
like
so when you're saying policies, what kind of policies are you talking about?
it has, basically it regulates how they do certain things and certain laws that have to be followed.
Okay. So like issuing a warrant? I mean, is that what you're, like, give
No.
me an example.
Like an example is if you have a suspected rape victim,
Uh-huh.
you're required to give them certain paperwork. You have
Okay,
a policy that shows what paperwork needs to be given and how that is to be done.
okay,
And that is in accordance with state law.
okay, okay,
Use of force, felonies, I mean, there's, yeah, well,
Pursuits.
a lot of the, that, I think Lexball came out because a lot of the big things that we see cause lawsuits.
okay.
There's an app on the phone that they can look up
Yeah.
policies, they can keyword search policies, there's.
I think Lexball saw a need and they developed onto it and added a training portion, so.
Cause when you were saying policies, initially, I'm thinking like the handbook,
Stuff, oh, yeah,
like
police
stuff
department.
that's
It's
just,
it's a
normal.
lot more in depth.
Okay.
Police departments.
okay,
There's a lot more to it than just the standard city.
just this, okay. 'Cause that's why I'm like, why do I need to pay $6,000 a year
Talking to Jason,
to
the
update a
auditor,
handbook or to,
the nice thing
you
is
know.
that the annual review and just keeping it in current with just the federal laws.
uh-huh,
So that's, but they only have those 3 employees, so the cost is a lot different, so.
So like we had that new focus work help us with the handbook, and
Right.
he emailed me and said I had to add in a policy 604, child education activities leave, which I did have a copy of.
Child education leave?
Activities leave, the town will provide unpaid child educational activities leave for all employees to attend a conference regarding school attendance or to attend a meeting
So
regarding
field trips?
individualized education program,
parent-teacher
IEP.
conference
Teacher,
or
IEPs.
IEP.
Homeschool, cooperative probably. Yeah.
So that, we're gonna have to add that in to our handbook.
So that's like a new state law? Okay,
Yeah.
See, and it's, and
I wouldn't
this
know
is a
that.
minor one, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's why you pay Lexipol $6.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's things like that on the police side.
okay,
that they might not get, they might not know, and then something happened.
And
okay,
Okay.
I mean, it's easy it's easy for us, even EMS, to get other people's protocols or policies, but what are they matched up to? You know?
Right.
I mean, that's where, I think that's part of the advantage that I see. I mean,
If you want to click through that, that's our policy. That's West Lafayette's policy manual. And on the left is every section is a policy.
And would any policies change based on our population versus like a larger city?
Some,
Does it, okay, I just didn't know, this company then
yeah, I
makes
mean, they
it to
do,
where it goes
they
to
do
us
auditing,
and us
yeah.
specifically,
Yes.
not,
yeah.
it doesn't
Yes and
send
no.
us things that need to go to New York, you know,
Right.
large population, it's,
it's
for
state
us.
specific. Just because New York has something doesn't mean that they recommend it to us.
okay,
It's
that's what I'm like
state
making
specific.
sure, like it really is for us,
Yes.
okay.
And I mean, just from what little I picked up is you give them what you have, and they go through it. They try to standardize it, add the latest and greatest needs, and then you send it back, or they send it to you, and you still have input, say so on things, but they'll still make sure that it follows the legal standards that it should, I guess. So, but because I mean, I don't know what it would cost if we were to do that and send it off. What's it going to cost to pay somebody to review it? I mean,
And that's a one-time
Yeah.
thing.
exactly.
And this is an extreme, but I mean, if they have a pursuit and someone gets killed and we get sued over it, they go, well, this policy says you
So
can do X,
that,
Y,
that
Z, but
price
you
of
can't.
$6,000 does not include reviewing what we currently have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You send them
It
everything.
does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And also that price also includes some training that they can use on a monthly basis or
They can
prescribed
do it
basis.
as often as Lee wants to hit the button to send it.
So
That would be good for the new employees and.
yeah.
And there's an acknowledgement, because every time a policy is changed, you can do one of two things. You can look at the old policy and the new policy, and it's got red and blue, what was added, what was taken out,
Yeah.
and you acknowledge it. There's a digital trail. They acknowledge that policy. So if you had a problem employee, they say, well, I was never told that. Nope, here's where you acknowledged it.
okay,
So it's, in my opinion, $6,000 is a drop in the bucket if you're gonna get sued over.
Right.
They write no tickets.
That's apples and oranges. Can't hire the oranges with the apples. Oh, yeah.
Do you remember, I'd have to look through the notes, do you remember what it was afterwards?
I think it
Like
dropped
how much it
down.
went down?
Yeah.
I'm sure it was not one.
I don't think it was a lot though.
No.
I'm sure it's not.
I might be able to find it on here. My email.
That must have been one I wasn't here.
So, I remember talking about it.
So that-
What the numbers were.
If we go to that, which budget line item would we need to increase to cover that cost? I mean, I know it'll be part of the police department, but would it be professional services or other services
I'd say
or?
professional services.
Yeah, I mean,
There's a line
probably
item
more
there.
that than.
Yeah.
I mean, we could.
So you would have to increase, we would
supplies.
have to increase that.
We could put it in the repair and maintenance services,
But how much does he have left in his professional services for this year, do you know?
3,906, no, I don't offhand because.
Since we're using that for them to do their jobs, can we consider that operating supplies?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
I
can
mean,
take it out anywhere,
you can take
really.
it out of a couple different areas to
Mhm.
spread it out too. I do the health stuff.
He probably has enough in there for the maintenance services too.
And in a way, it's, I mean, well, I wanna take more
Or
in
I'll
training,
probably
there's no
have
more
to
there,
add-
but,
But, yeah.
I'm
would
gonna-
I mean,
take it out there.
technically it's training, technically it's a benefit, technically it's
Yeah.
it's all, it's your
All the
operating
above.
supplies, it's how they do business, it's,
I wouldn't touch that training, honestly, I understand your philosophy, but 10K for 5 officers ain't gonna go very far for training.
no.
I'll probably have to do an additional probation for the end of the year anyway, so I
Maybe,
can add it in anywhere.
even if we add in for next year, maybe, since we're in September, if they give us that enough, they'll give us that. It will start you now and bill you in January. They tried that once already with us,
Yeah, I don't
maybe
know.
they'll do it again.
Yeah.
So, maybe we can't get it in this year, but we can get it again.
Well, and we could always do that and then later pay it out into your monies too.
Yeah.
I was thinking I just got an email from them, actually.
So do we need to make a motion to go with the Lexapol then?
I would, that way we get it started.
I'll make a motion to go with the Lexapol service.
Second.
A motion in a second. All in favor?
Alright.
Aye.
I can email you guys that information.
I mean, I think it'd be worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanna do this.
And it's one less thing on seriously, he'll have to review them, but there's no need for him to have to try and research all that stuff.
Right.
Because they're that far behind, it's gonna take a lot of research.
It'd be nice to have it,
It's automated.
yes.
And then him and everybody else doesn't have to worry about if they're missing something.
Yes.
Right. I think overall it's a good thing, and maybe a little bit less stress, one less big object to climb over.
And the other thing they'll do is they'll make them so they are, well, they can't be, but they'll put them right on their website.
On
So
what?
they can put them so they'll put them right on your website.
That's what they're down there in their department, that'd be good.
Yeah, so it's part of the-
We have them,
What's up?
like ordinances
Oh,
and some stuff like that. You guys just can look over the handbook some more and
See what changes.
I'm just trying,
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that we haven't edited in the past to where it's needed to be compliant or.
I can't think of anything different from last year.
On the bereavement leave paragraph, I think it's just a typo.
oh, probably what page?
12.
She's on the salary orders.
Oh,
Oh,
where are you at?
What? I did handbook, but we
Oh,
can
we're-
go
oh,
either one. Where are you?
sorry.
That's okay. All right, we're at,
Page 12,
okay.
bereavement leave paragraph. It says up to 2 days of unpaid bereavement leave may be provided to 23 eligible employees. Is that what? I didn't know what the 23 meant.
May be provided to eligible employees. I don't think that 23 should be in there.
Okay, that's what.
Thanks for checking that.
That's all I had a question on
I'll
that.
look at that.
It's the little things.
Yeah, this ordinance was new last year. We usually have like a page and a half of ordinance, so there might be several typos in here.
You know, get prices for phones for the guys. For the police department.
Whoops.
I say Landon, I think, goes through FirstNet, so.
I can ask them if they want a new phone,
See who wants a department phone.
and then I can see what the price will be.
So we pay for everybody else's basically, except for the police departments.
Yes.
It's a stipend.
Mhm.
That's it, makes sense.
And I'll update the insurance stuff, which isn't much.
I mentioned it in the, before I forget, I can bring it up next week, talk about it. Since we did some of the summer stuff, what's the thought on like for 3 months doing a town sponsoring a matinee at the theater to, it's a winter activity, something inside, cause there's not office, we don't want people to go ice fishing, I'm fine with it. So, we give Jill and pick one. And what's that?
Why not?
Well, cause it's in the end, those two. So, we can
No,
finalize
that's
that at
good.
the meeting, so.
Mhm.
Are you thinking like December, January, February?
Like
I don't know if we need to do December because we have the
There's so
stroll.
much.
There is so much going on.
Yeah, I don't think we need, I'm thinking we kinda need it after
January to March.
January, February when
Right.
there's no
January,
holidays,
February,
nothing's going on
Maybe
and,
early March.
Yeah.
yeah.
So if you do, cause what's the third week?
What?
Spring break's usually the third week of March.
Yeah, it's the end, isn't it?
Third to
Yeah,
fourth.
fourth.
So maybe
Yeah.
sometime in
Just-
February where it's
yeah.
before spring break, after all the holidays, it's after New Year's, and
Yeah.
then you just kinda have that lull of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you say sponsor as far as the movie and pay for popcorn and drink.
Yeah, I can send everybody what the numbers are, or I can bring
It's
them
like
to the meeting,
400.
so, yeah. It's like, if they pick the movie, it's $250, and then to do small concessions was like, if it filled the place, it was like $800, $600 or $800 to do small, everything.
We just save $3,600 by not sending on our newsletters.
Yeah, there you go. Right? So,
Yeah, I'm for it.
I'll get some work done. So who's gonna pick the movie?
I don't know.
What do you
I'm not a
recommend?
movie person, so.
Well,
We'll have to think about that one.
Well, it might be able to do, depending on what we're playing that. week,
Right,
too.
yeah,
Yeah, good.
yeah. It's just something good.
I have no idea what's coming next.
I did ask NDOT via NDOT for you, my NDOT, about painting the arrows and everything in the intersection. They painted the white stop lines. They didn't do the arrows.
Well, I guess so.
So,
I've met some of the painting crew.
right. I mean, they did that. They, like,
You're not
within 3
impressed, right?
days, they came and painted the stop lines, but they didn't do the arrows. People from Illinois don't know what lanes are what.
I believe it.
So,
I believe it.
people from town don't even.
I went through that intersection twice today, didn't notice it, so.
Sarah, speaking of the theater, did I say anything to you about you and Ava? We may need more volunteers for Taylor Swift.
Ooh,
Oh,
man.
Did I, okay. Jill said she's been looking for some more volunteers for Sunday's afternoon concert.
This Sunday.
So I was gonna, couldn't have probably said anything to you to see if you and Ava
Okay.
would be available.
I'm sure we could be. Let us.
She was wanting to know if I would dress up and start dancing. I was like, I think I might be drawing the line at that all.
Yeah. Not sure if I.
Yeah, she was wanting to know everybody who's wearing cause you know when you go to the Taylor Swift concert, you're supposed to wear whatever she wears to a concert herself. And
Yeah.
you're supposed to like dress in her costume.
Yeah. I think I took Ava to the last one.
Did you take Ava? Yeah.
I did no dancing.
So you did no dancing, so.
It's driving me nuts and I can't find it. It's
Alright,
cold.
I'll send you the,
It's
I'll
a
send you
cold-
the
Yeah, I
information,
do.
if you're
It's
free.
cold to make
Okay,
it money.
thanks.
Yeah.
Whole
How was
lot of
the
money.
concert, by the way?
Oh, it was good.
Was
It
it?
was fun, yeah, you know, go back to the old days,
Yeah, right?
yeah.
How did-
Well, Firehouse sounded good, Warrant sounded good for the most part,
I heard
Lita Ford
was very good.
was a little scratchy. But the guy that sung Ozzy Osbourne's old part was actually
Oh, yeah?
decent, yeah,
Oh, good.
yeah. She had a guy in the band that was singing his stuff.
So we got anything else?
Thanks.
So,
No.
motion
Yeah,
Do we have anything
guys
else?
will cover and-
to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Oh,
One second.
I'll second.
Second. All in favor, say adjourn. Adjourn.
Adjourn.
Adjourn.
okay. Let me